Good morning and welcome to Zimbabwe Daily. My name is Barbara Matarse, and today we are here in studio with we have a phenomenal man who's been doing as much as he can in the prisons of Zimbabwe. As you have been seeing the couple of days, we've been seeing pictures of the current situation in those prisons. There are no blankets, and apparently there's a scarcity of food. And this man right now, right here with me, is trying to help where he can. And of course, alone, alone, he cannot do it. He needs our help. And so we'll talk to him further so he can explain the current situation and have an in-depth discussion of the current situation in the prison. Naison, welcome to the studio. Please kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Barbara.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Naison Chigumbu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the founder and director of Team in Africa, which is a youth serving organization. Team in Africa is a hub for young people who uh, bring initiatives and ideas that are meant to, support young people in various facets of life.
Okay.
So we started working with young people in prisons in 2018. So we are currently supporting young inmates through education and arts and culture programs. Yeah, basically that's what we have been doing for the past 4 years.
So, for the past 4 years you've been doing this, can you give us probably an example of the things that you've actually done, documented stuff that you've actually done,
Okay.
so we get to really have an overview of what you've been doing?
Okay.
Yes.
I mentioned education. We have assisted a couple of youths to register on various exams, and also we have been promoting a choir of young people at Harare Central Prison, Divine Touch. We have recorded an album for them, and we've assisted them to market their music through taking them to various churches, selling CDs and all. And also, we have been doing documentaries for those who have been successfully rehabilitated by ZPCS. We have done a documentary for a young inmate. He's actually out now by the name Talentum Vari. He is a young man who did O levels, A levels, and about 9 diplomas while he was incarcerated. So after release, we helped him get a scholarship with the Zimbabwe Open University to finish his degree that he had started while incarcerated. And also, we have identified that there are many young people who are doing different art activities in prisons in the categories of music, dance, drama, poetry, visual and fine arts. So we came up with an initiative that helped them market and exhibit their talents, which is an initiative that we have called Harare Prisoners Festival. So it's a platform that we are trying to create for young people in prisons that annually they can exhibit their talents.
Wow, that's a lot. I think a question in so many people's minds right now is the fact that how is it working with incarcerated people? Because we know that most people that are there have done something. How is it working with them, and how does the community respond to them getting back into that community? And even when we're talking about the arts sector that you're trying to promote, do people actually support them, or they're still holding on to the things that they have done before?
Okay. I will start by answering the question of support.
Yes.
This is something that is still in its infancy stage. And it takes a bit effort for people to understand it and really appreciate something, especially if it's a new idea. So for now, there's very limited support in terms of promoting arts for young people in prisons. But then, in terms of acceptance, um, you look at ZPCSE has moved from a punitive system to a more of a correctional system. So right now, many programs are being done to rehabilitate inmates. So it has become more of a correctional facility than a punitive. So all these programs are meant to rehabilitate people so that they can become better people for their reintegration into society.
Into society.
So when you talk of reintegration, you cannot leave the aspect of empowerment. Because society usually doesn't accept anyone who doesn't have
who has
anything
been
to offer,
incarcerated even.
especially when you are
The acceptance level is very low. Yes.
So now what we are trying to do with this platform is to empower them so that they can get any skill or a talent or whatever while incarceration.
So that when they then get reintegrated, they are able to finance themselves.
Yes, that's the idea. So yeah, we have been doing this for 2 years now, the promotion of arts, and we have seen that it's really helpful, because right now we looking into those that we have worked with while they were incarcerated, and now those ones that are now out, you have seen that a lot of them are now trying to pursue their programs which they have started inside. There are those who are now pursuing their music careers. We've got those who are now pursuing their poetry and visual and fine arts careers. For example, we have got this concert that we are having next month. One of the guys there is an ex-inmate. He's a poet, very brilliant poet. Something that he perfected when he was, in prison. So we have realized that, when someone is incarcerated, they've got more time to themselves. That if they want to dedicate that time
to doing good and to
actually,
empowering themselves,
yes, they've got enough time. So there's never been that platform where one can develop himself and find that skill useful in the society. So this is what we are trying.
You're trying to create a platform for empowerment. Not to be so much of a downer, I'd like to ask you, for those that you have worked with that have been reintegrated into the society, what is the success rate? By asking the success rate, I'm asking, are they those that, got back and just got back and got back to the previous behavior, to the reasons why they went, while they incarcerated at the first time? Do you have those in your radar?
Obviously, when you are dealing with
yes,
when you are dealing with criminal minds, there are always those who are, who have embraced, that behavior is normal. So you here and there you will find re-offenders.
And what do you think is the reason? Because in as much as we are trying to empower them, we should also understand the reason why they're not being empowered. why they are failing to understand the need to live the good way.
Okay.
Yes.
From my personal experience, I figured there is quite a number of reasons why most of them become re-offenders. There's the society. Society on its own plays a very
vital role. Yes.
They
fail to accept them.
Yes. So, for example, someone would have served maybe 20 years in prison, and yes, get used to the prison system. It's a place where he's accepted. It's a place where there is free accommodation.
He's a normal person.
So when he comes back to the society, and society treats them like a criminal, or maybe
because of what they've done in the past. Yes.
We normally stigmatize them.
That's
so when the
true.
environment gets tough for them, they will compare
they would rather be back in the prison than
suffer,
yes,
stigma from the society. Then also there's a more about personal backgrounds that shapes people's behaviors. Some were shaped by their environments, by their backgrounds, and I've seen people who have grown up in broken homes, where they've become abusive. They've attained
an abusive character in them. Yes, that they cannot let go, irrespective of the fact that they have learned a new skill or they have other talents.
Yes.
Okay.
So no matter how hard you might try to change them, you know, it has become normal for them to.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the background as well as the stigma from the society.
What role is the economy playing as well? Because it is important that we not that I'm driving at anything, but it is important that we push we have an understanding of exactly the length
Okay.
to which these people are reoffending
Okay.
and the reasons to why they are doing it.
Okay. The economy, especially for the young population, is playing a very great role in pushing people into prisons. Recently, if you look at the number of drug-related crimes, it's growing excessively. So I think economy is driving a lot of people, especially the young people, into drugs because these frustrations
Into drugs and crime.
Yeah. So because of this Mutoriro drug that is
Inflation.
yeah. So Mutoriro it becomes so addictive that and it's also expensive. And those who take Mutoriro cannot live without Mutoriro. So in the end, they'll resort to crime, yeah, so that they can get money to buy the drugs.
Okay.
So even if you look at the number of young people that are getting arrested every day because of drug-related crimes,
it's increasing.
It's increasing.
So, as Team in Africa, I assume that you're always at the prisons. And you have the access to actually interact with those inmates. Can you tell us exactly the current situation in the prisons in terms of blankets, clothing, food, and other basic commodities that a normal human being should have?
Okay. I wouldn't want to speak on behalf of the prisons, but just like any other institution, there are so many challenges everywhere, and prison has got
Its own challenges.
Yeah. So as Team in Africa, we have realized that there are a lot of needs in prisons, and I'm sure even if you listen to platforms where the prisons always speak about the challenges going on, there are a lot of challenges.
Okay.
And yeah, we are trying by all means to assist whenever we can, but I'm sure right now the issue, because of winter, it's cold out there. I can safely say that there is a need for blankets. Yeah, there is a need for blankets. There is a need for many other things.
Maybe to rephrase my question, can you exactly tell us if there is why are you saying there's a need for blankets? Do they actually have blankets, or do they have maybe one sharing for 5 people? So we understand the depth and the need of the blankets.
Okay. Like I said, from what I've observed,
yes,
the the crime rate is getting higher and higher.
Yes.
So you find that prisons is getting overwhelmed. The populations they are increasing, and sometimes the number overwhelms maybe the budgets. So there is need. Blankets are there, but
they're not enough.
Yeah, they are not enough.
To what extent? Are they sharing together, or is there one blanket per person? How bad is it?
I'm not quite versed with the exact. But what I know is there is I visited one prison sometime, and I've realized that there is shortage of blankets and jerseys. I've never been to where they sleep. For me to
of course,
But
yes.
talking to one or two inmates and probably officers, they always highlight that there's
need for blankets.
There's a need for blankets and jerseys, especially the psych unit. If you go to the psych unit where they house mental patients, and it's one of the neglected institutions. So there is a need for blankets, there is a need for jerseys, tennis shoes, even anything to do with winter.
to keep them
to
warm.
keep them warm. Yes.
So, in the case that this continues, are you saying there's going to likely be an outbreak of disease because of the lack of blankets and the weather? Because it's very cold nowadays. I'm here and I'm also shivering. And I don't know how they're faring without my. I have a jersey on me, but I'm shivering right now. Yes.
Yeah, same as I. You know, we are prone to flus. So now with COVID, you know,
yes, and all the other cold-related diseases, they could be an outbreak because of.
It's very much possible. If it's happening outside, it surely will happen inside.
More,
yes.
Yes. Okay, so what is the current situation in terms of other needs that you had mentioned, and how best can the people of Zimbabwe, the viewers, be able to help?
Okay, I'm always giving this example that if I'm taking care of say probably a family with 3 people, then all of a sudden comes 3 more people. It overwhelms my budget.
Okay.
So there's always a crisis whenever there's numbers. So you're looking at an institution that houses maybe 20,000 or more people on a daily basis. There's always a need for food. It's not a secret that for one to get a balanced diet in an institution with so much numbers, especially looking at our current situation in Zimbabwe, our economy and everything, there is always need for intervention. Right now, I'm sure prisons has opened doors for relatives to come and support their loved ones in prison. It surely shows that they need support. So I would safely say that
and they are willing to accept any support.
Yes. I've seen that. In fact, they're introducing quite a number of programs that allows people to come and support.
And various stakeholders to come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's now that open door policy that is there, that if you want to go and support inmates, I'm sure there's quite a number of TV programs or radio programs that are there. So there is need for us Zimbabweans to
pitch in and help out. So I think what mostly attracted me to your story is the current flyer that I saw about what is it about?
It's a winter warmer fundraising.
Winter warmer fundraising. Can you tell us more about it in depth?
Okay. Because of these needs that I've highlighted, we have realized that as young people, there's something that we can do. And also because of our mandate to bring together young people to achieve common goals, and also trying to promote arts and culture activities in prisons, we have gathered quite a number of young people from various provinces to come and have a concert together and also mobilize resources, especially for winter. So we have got about six artists that are coming from a group from Big Falls, another group from Bulawayo, and some guys from Harare. So
there's
no, there's only one next.
I was just trying to check. Okay.
There's only one next.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Named Jerimos Mugweni. He's a very good poet.
Okay.
So we have come together to try and mobilize blankets.
Probably, maybe you can give us the names of the group, some of the groups that can be helpful in terms of advertising. Yes.
Okay. There's a Tubantu group. There's a young rapper by the name Josh.
Okay.
There's Jerimos Mugweni. Yeah, these are some of the artists that will be there.
When?
Oh, sorry.
It's on the
it's on the 2nd of July.
Okay.
At Alliance Franchise.
2nd of July at Alliance. So in this fundraising that you're going to be doing, are you accepting donations in material or cash only?
No. It's both cash or kind.
Okay.
We're accepting both. The theater It's got only a 90 seater
It's a
capacity.
90-seater capacity.
So what we
Okay.
are doing is we have opened the platform for the public. Those who would want to donate blankets, those who would want to donate tennis shoes, those who would want to donate prison jerseys. So we are also collecting cash because maybe some might not have access to get a prison jersey because
Yes.
yeah. So the proceeds will go towards prison jerseys.
Winter warming,
Yeah, winter.
the inmates. Maybe if you can help describe what exactly is needed in the prison, so that if someone decides to donate in material or not in cash, they'll be able to know what to bring forth
Okay.
on the day.
What are you asking for the winter or
For the concert? Yeah, we're still talking about the concert.
Okay.
Yes.
For the concert, it's
Yes.
a winter warmer. So we are accepting blankets. We are accepting tennis shoes. We are accepting jerseys. Then there are other items like sanitary pads for women.
Okay.
Then we are also taking Vaselines,
Okay.
washing soaps. Obviously the blankets would need washing.
What type of blankets are needed?
Right now, we would want to focus more on the mental unit, which is housing about 405 inmates.
Okay.
So our target is 1,000 blankets, 1,000 pair of shoes.
Type of blankets and type of shoes. Do they take any blanket? Do they wear any shoes?
Tennis shoes, yeah,
Any color.
yeah.
Okay, and the blankets, you can bring any type of blanket.
Yeah, any type of blanket, but I would prefer the ordinary ones, because not the heavy blankets.
No,
Because,
okay. Washing and okay, okay.
Because
When
there can be
laundry.
challenges with soap and
Yes.
so you would want maybe light blankets.
Oh, okay, I think to our viewers listening, they would like to have your contact details so that they know, and maybe also redirect when the event is going on, where it is going on, and what time it's going on, along with your phone number as well.
Okay. The event is on the 2nd of July at Allianz franchise. It's a Habitat Enterprise, opposite David Livingstone.
Okay.
It's number 328 Herbert Chitepo. It's starting from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Yeah, it will be on a Saturday. So those who would want to donate, they can contact me on 0773 419 645. That is for the concert. But if those who would want to donate directly to the prisons, I'm sure they can visit.
They can visit the prison. I think you need to say the number once again to
Okay.
so that the people, yes.
0773 419 645.
0773 419 645. What are your parting words to the listeners and the viewers here?
Oh, okay. My parting words are, a prison is a potential home for everyone. A prison is a potential home for everyone.
Okay.
So when we are looking at a prison institution, I think it's a place which would want to, all of us maybe would need to improve, so that maybe one day you find yourself there. But above all, we are still all humans. I've got a heart for helping everybody, regardless of their background or their
Past.
Yeah. I believe God is a God of second chances. He gives all of us second chances. Some of us are outside, not because we are not supposed to be in prisons,
but we haven't been caught. We're out because we haven't been caught yet.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So I
in the event that you get caught.
In the event that you get caught, yeah, there is always a chance for us to reform, to make the world a better place. Yeah, and try by all means not to commit a crime.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Naison. I think there you have it, viewers. it is important to understand that prisons, like he said, is a potential home for you, me, and everyone out there. You can be there and malicious crime, whether you've done it or not, you never know what happens in the future. So we need to help, not only because it's a potential home, but because it's a human thing to do. And it is important to also understand that the people in the prisons need a second chance. They need you and me to love them back when they get reintegrated into the society, not stigmatized. And also, I would love to say that, remember, like we say here on Zimbabwe Daily, register to vote. And for me and the crew behind the scenes, bye for now.